Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Picture of Success podcast, a show where we speak to outstanding mid-career professionals who have made their mark at a young age. And in this show, we'll be diving into their journey and their process that they go through to achieve the success that they have today. And in process, learn on how we too can have the ability to achieve our dreams and our purpose.
And today in this show, I have Jazmiza Jamalludin. Jazmiza is an ex-Petronas and is also now a founder and a managing director, as well as the principal for Jazmiza Solution Sdn, or better known as JSSB. JSSB is actually a unique boutique consultant managing company specializing in operational excellence. Now, with 14 years in market, JSSB has continued to advise the best way of optimizing company performance by adding value, efficiency, and bottom line to all corporations and SME alike. Up to this date, JSSB has advised and served over 250 corporate clients with over 3,000 executives trained in its methodology. It is an indispensable service organization that's looking into optimizing performance. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have Jazmiza. And Jazmiza, it's great to have you in the show.
Thank you, Yazid. Great to be invited and participate in your course. We 100% support your course and your target niche market, inshallah.
Thank you very much, Jazmiza. I'm doing this so that we can share the best practices, the motivational aspect, the way how we can structure our career in our life in moving forward, right? And I've specifically chosen you because I have known you for more than 15 years. And I have known your strength and your ability. And this goes in directly to the audiences that are looking in my YouTube channel, right? So for the benefit of audience, right, let's talk more about a bit of yourself. Can you tell me about who you are and what you do?
Okay. I shall present my company and also myself. Actually, we are an organizational development consultants. We advise organization to achieve their full potential, and how we believe that they can achieve this if they first they know the value of ideas or concepts or model. Secondly, they know how to run or operate the model. Yeah. Third, after they run and operate the model, they optimize the model. So be it a business model, operating model, organizational model, we are here to help them optimize to the full potential. So basically what we do is we try the best to understand what our clients do. We have two types of client and they are very different from each other. We have been serving corporates, Petronas, Shell, all the POCs. We've been in South Sudan, we've been in Brunei and Singapore. And they have specific needs when for their organization. And then we serve small, medium enterprise where founders have become the managing directors, managing his or her own set of model. When we say set of model, means that this SME has their own business model, own operating model, and their own organizational model. But in managing corporates, it's about optimization all the time because their organizations are already developed and has grown to some level and they need to be optimized. But when it comes to small medium enterprise, they need to grow. So, but they need to grow in optimization because now business is not easy like 10 or 15 years ago. Now business is agile, business is very fast, and competitors have better idea every time. So small medium enterprise who wants to grow, they need to grow and optimize at the same time. So that's the challenge. Yeah, if you run business 20 or 15 years ago, you can grow and then to some level, you optimize. Right, so that kind of the life cycle most corporate goes into. Yeah, that they got stabilized, and then the next thing, the next new CEO come in. Yes, we have to show more profit. Let's optimize. But for small medium enterprise, especially entrepreneurs, they do not have much resource to stabilize and then optimize. They got to stabilize and optimize at the same time, meaning
Right.
they got to spend and they got to save at the same time. So that is kind of working in two brains. So it's very difficult. So we are in this area helping organization to meet their full potential.
Right. I believe that's something that you have discovered this niche, right? Things that big corporations do, but small SMEs don't do, and you are actually plugging that gap in a sense, right? Bringing the knowledge and know-how of big corporations and making it affordable to actually SMEs and also entrepreneurs, right? And I believe you did not get this from scratch, and you actually learned this in many ways in your last stint in a big corporation last time, right? Can you tell us a bit more about how did you make that decision to just simply go from a big organization having this smooth, nice paycheck to helping businesses actually grow at the expense of your own paycheck at the start, I would say, right?
Yeah. I'm not ashamed to share that financially, we are more stabilized after 10 years. I'm not ashamed at
Right.
all to tell them. When we say stabilized means only after 10 years, we kind of feel the salary, the perks, the benefits in the organizations. For the first 5 years, you sometimes you don't get anything. Sometimes you wake up with RM1 in your pocket,
Oh
and then
no.
and then you have to go and borrow resources sometimes because there are opportunity that you cannot miss, and sometimes you have to think of ways of how to network with the rest. So so it is not something easy. So you are right. Why did I actually leave my big fat salary in a very very good company like Petronas? When we achieve so much so performance in Petronas, our salary just go up like that. After 5 6 years, you see your salary triple up, and you feel so good, you feel so comfortable. But there's one thing that as an entrepreneur, I think those who have entrepreneurship traits in their body means that they are born with it. Maybe there's a blend of some craziness there. That you kind of follow your passion it means that for the whole time you have been working for somebody else, your ideas or your concept or what the things you want to do has become larger than what the organization allow you to do.
You have bigger
uh,
dreams than what can be
yeah,
achieved
the
by
dream
working
is
for
bigger
others, right?
and too much. Yes, and too much, and it's not aligned with your current organization, no matter how good that organization give you, train you. Like myself, I've been trained, I've been weighed, and I've been measured by Petronas. But that passion about, if only I were given this opportunity, I would do more. But the
Right.
things that you want to do more is not in the strategic planning of the organization. So you've got to take the call. Do you want to follow your passion,
Your
or
heart.
you want to, yes, or you just sacrifice. You have to sacrifice one. You sacrifice this or that and take one. It's just that decision, and it should be done when we were young and a bit stupid.
Well, I mean, sometimes the other word of that would be optimistic, I would say, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, when
Uh,
when we
mhm.
are younger, that's it's easier to take risks. We have less of challenge dependencies and so forth. There's always time to start again in that sense, right?
Correct.
And
And
obviously there are things you need to think about in this area.
yeah,
Yeah.
and one thing that I found it very important is you kind of take risks that the return is something that you must feel good of.
Right.
You know, for example, when we leave the good salary job, we are risking the financial part.
All right.
Yeah, that's number one. The financial part is number one, and then the rest come after that. But you have to take it and ask yourself, what is it you want to buy with money that you need to
Mm,
buy now and release everything that you want to do in the world. For example,
right.
if we are just 28 or 27, early 30s, we would be thinking of buying house, yeah, buying more houses. But then it is all about your financial commitment.
Right.
So while your adrenaline is still running wild, yeah, you've got to adjust that first, because once you step out from the comfort zone, it is the climb. It's the climb. It's the climb that takes so much from you that you have to just tell yourself, it's okay, everything is okay. I'm still alive to that level.
Well,
Uh,
you
well,
are in business for 14 years already. It must be such a distance to actually look at that challenge when starting at the business. Now you look at your organization again, you've got 5,500 callbacks, you've got 200 companies working with you, right? Um, it must be such a distant away. But really, I'm sure there's something in your mind that you have felt like, the challenges that you've gone through, and it's such a big thing. And if someone were to actually go through this again, these are the things that you need to look at, right? Can you explain one of
yeah,
those two challenges,
yeah, yeah.
before you actually
Um,
really be successful in that sense, as an
correct.
entrepreneur?
Yeah. I wish that not just looking at the passion of the things that you want to do. Running a business is totally different science, different arts.
Right.
And then once your business grow, then it's about running an organization, a different arts, different science, and it's more arts than the science. Maybe
Mm,
people say politics, but it's arts. So once your organization grow, you want to attract more talent to come to work with you, because now your appetite become bigger, your solutions that you believe in, whatever product or service that you come up with, now been accepted by more people and demanded by more people. Then you have to manage more people, and that two part: first managing the finance, the business, and managing the people. These are the two things that normally
mm.
entrepreneurs put aside first, because they are passionate about their solutions,
Mm.
you know
But these
but
two
you can.
enablers are key for your dreams to be successful or fail,
Yes,
right? The people when you
yes,
grow, and the money to keep the business flowing in that sense, right?
yes. Unfortunately, it's hard to keep the people, no matter how good the people are, without
You
the
train
money.
them, they
So
go become good, they become your competitor sometimes.
that's good. For me, I love that. In my niche area, it's kind of lonely.
Ah,
I can go from one board to another board, presenting manpower optimization, operational excellence, this saving, that saving, and then they will ask me, who else do this business? I couldn't mention the five sisters. I couldn't mention McKinsey. I couldn't mention BCG. I couldn't mention those people because these people are
Different
very
target markets, I would say, right?
different target market, and you cannot afford it for the kind of, if your business is 100 million, 200 million, 500 million, you can be paying 2 3 million to consultants to come and help you out, right?
That's true. That's true. McKinsey charge a lot of
yeah,
money, right?
correct.
Probably half of your business
Then
salary if it's 100 million revenue.
correct. But the thing is, when we want to grow, then we have to be financially strong. People need to eat. People need to be secure. For your talent to put their mind into the job, to give them 100%, you've got to take care of their needs. To an extent that you put your needs last. So they say leaders eat last. Betul lah tu.
Simon Sinek.
For years.
But if you think about it, right? I mean, with all these challenges, you've got your skills and so forth, everything, right? It's not like you can't go back to having a salary, but you still possess to actually move forward, right? Until to a point that you are successful in that sense. It must be something that drives you. Really.
Yeah, the satisfaction when you see the things that you do, the service you do to your clients means a lot to them.
Not just about the money, right?
It's not. One after another. For example, you bring to them, they call you, Jazmiza, we have a problem of ABC. So we come in, and when we study them, we found out they have ABCDEF, right? So sometimes their resource is only A, sometimes. So this force you to think of how you can do this faster, better, and more, without really looking at the money side, but looking at that change that you can impact the clients. So when clients, come out from their problems, after they subscribe to the things you ask them to do together, study together, and move along together, that drives that says that you do the right thing. You are doing the right thing, and then the clients say more people should know how to do this. Then you have all those satisfaction that, even though you have salary just enough, Alhamdulillah, thank God, God never give us less. He will give us exactly what we need and how we want to use it. So we are okay. That's 15 years, is it, of having that faith that Allah will take care. And now, like, we have about 15 consultants, and they, some of them with masters and PhD. The rest we call it junior, and also some with very extensive industry experience. We call them senior consultants. All these about 15 consultants. As a business owner, day and night, you pray so that we give enough to the people who are with us. We also forget to pray for ourselves. Because, it's always the people that you need to take care of is the first thing you think of every day, and then your family, and then yourself. But Alhamdulillah, Allah will not give anybody less of anything. So He make everything fine. So for me, what makes me sustain to this level after all the hardship is really the satisfaction when you see people you train are not the same.
Blossoming.
After, yes.
You're making an impact, right?
Correct, because this is not skill training, or this is not how would I say, knowledge training. This is about changing the person so that they themselves live full at their potential. Because you cannot grow organization when your people doesn't grow. There's nothing in organization without people. So it's just about people. So seeing one by one get maybe 0.03 millimeter of improvement, that's already say, okay, you will take your time, but that's your potential and I will push you more. As you know, as long as God wants us to be working together, I'll push you more so that we both can achieve more. So that's the satisfaction that we have, that I
So
personally have.
if I were to summarize in that sense, what I'm trying to say is that if you are going to get into business just because of the money, let's forget about that first, right? Going to business, being an entrepreneur is not about the money. It's about that need to solve a problem, that need to contribute back to
Yeah,
society, that
correct.
ability to achieve that dream that you want, that current working in a big organization may not be able to to realize, right?
Correct. Yazid, as entrepreneur, money, cars, PhDs, masters, all those things
Mm.
are just tools. Tools are just means
Means
for
for a
us to,
purpose, right?
yes, to contribute more.
Mm.
So at the time when you are supposed to contribute more, God will give you more money. That's it. That's the formula. So unless you work in a bank where you manage money, you don't actually work for money. You money works for you to achieve whatever you want, whatever course you are
Mm.
in. Yeah, so whether you fork out your own money or you find investor, you get capital, doesn't matter on how your financial model is, but that is to be used objectively to achieve the bigger goal. It
Right.
is not for you to take that money and put inside your stomach, buy everything. It's not about that. It's about the
That's
tool.
a
Why?
recipe for an unsustainable business, right? I mean,
Hmm.
you take money from the business when it's not supposed to be. That's your business not going
No.
to survive.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
managing capital. That's what I was saying earlier. If only I knew first, yeah, managing finance and managing people, then. But entrepreneurs just like to go deep dive like that, head first, and then think
And
later.
discover, right? Be agile with it, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Now that you're a very seasoned entrepreneur, right? I'm sure Jazmiza Solutions never hide is not the only thing that you do, right? And you probably have branched to many things, and you have probably have many things to come further. Let's just talk and explain further, like what kind of things that you've gone through, what kind of things that you like to move forward, and what are those unmet need things in the market that you see that can be a potential for
Yes,
potential other entrepreneurs to join. Yeah.
correct. You see, for any founder or lead entrepreneur, the leader entrepreneur, to achieve more is by having great talents around them.
Mm.
So when we talk about talent, we talk about many variables, but the key ones are competencies, mindset, values, yeah, and experience. So we see that our talents in Malaysia, for example, if they've been working in a company for 5 or 10 years, they can only do one or two things
Mm.
and they cannot improve whatever they are doing or add value. They just based on SOP as if they are robots. Unfortunately, robots are real. AI is real, machine learning is real, and it's really that those things who will take over this job. So what we have gained after serving about more than 200 companies, we have a huge spectrum of database of job descriptions and competency metrics.
Ah.
See, so we have a huge data bank on competency metrics. So what we are going into now, we want to replace resume. What is resume? People lie in their resume, or people overdo or under deliver based on his resume. Is not something credible. So we wanted to have a solution for people who have experience, who have competency skills, to get their competency credited and certified. Yeah, so
For
that
organizations, right?
correct. They don't need to write too many things in their resume. Maybe some aspirations and whatnot. But when it comes to validations of competency, years of experience, they can come to our system and get it validated. So this will help organizations hire the right talent faster. This is not job street. Job street takes resume. We don't do that. Yeah, because it's old technology. We say resume is yesterday. So with the right competency profiling, talent profiling, a person can see that first where they are right now. No, not just how much I should get right now. It's more like what are the skill and the competency that I have right now, and for me to become that person, specialist, manager, senior manager, CEO, whatever career that is, I can see already what are the gaps. If you remember, last time we have skill groups, competency metrics and all in Petronas. Even though in Petronas have so much change, the whole system, but that system is still good and valid for the general, especially SME who wants to find the right people to do the right work. So this is what we wanted to do. So we had our first beta by May. Inshallah, we partnered up with IT company. The name is VC Tech. Yeah. Also, you might want to get network with him and interview Encik Shazlan, who's also entrepreneur in IT, who's gearing up in automation for SME. I'll link you up later.
Right.
So, these are the what next thing. I'll take care of the human, take care of their competency, take care of their skill, so that they will be relevant and valuable to anybody who employ them. So that's our huge cause about helping organization to achieve better. Without talent, there's nothing.
Companies are made because of the humans in there, right? If the humans are great, it can bring things, extraordinary things. I take an example of this thing that's happening with Ukraine, for example, and oppose that with Afghanistan, right? The quality of people within there fighting for their survival and so forth makes a difference in the outcome of a war. Same thing goes happen to the company. And with you, with JSSP in the helm, you are pioneering the automation of the human capital in SMEs. That's your pitch, right?
Yes, that's my pitch. That's our pitch.
Sounds like you are going to transform the landscape of SMEs in Malaysia. So we are right about towards the end of our podcast. I just like to summarize a couple of things of your beliefs and your outlook of the worldview, right? If you have this billboard to talk about the message that you want to tell to the whole world, what would that billboard?
Your organization need the right people, and we are there to help you with that.
Lovely, right? That is your pitch. That's your 10-second pitch, I would say, right? Now, for those of you who would like to know more about the services that you have to offer, how do they link them up to you? Do you have a website, like a page and stuff like that? Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, we are at www.jazmizasolutions.com. In .com.my. In Facebook, we are Jazmiza Solutions. Just type Jazmiza Solutions. There's nobody else in the world that use the name Jazmiza in their business. So you kind of get that. Yes. And anyhow, if you are in LinkedIn, you will see my consultants there. Also, you can poke them and talk to them. inshallah.
Wow, lovely, lovely. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, guys, fellow entrepreneurs and young professionals. Jazmiza from a boutique consultancy called Jazmiza Solution Sdn. Thank you, Jazmiza, for joining us in this podcast.
Thank you, Yazid.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's always a pleasure talking to you. I've learned new things, new perspective, and most importantly, something useful for my audience.
Right. Okay. Since you give us this huge chance to toot our own horn, I'll send you a few more very interesting entrepreneurs that you might want to interview and get aspirations from them.
Will do. Will do. All
That's
sharing
my
is caring.
support on your cause.
Thank you very much for the support and also for the recommendations of So with that, ladies and gentlemen, please do subscribe to this channel because there's going to be more interesting entrepreneurs coming in, telling their views, telling on how you could exploit your career and your know-how once to go through the next step in your career life, whether within the company, being an entrepreneur, or going outside of the company, being an entrepreneur, or simply starting a company, right? Years experience combined in the wisdom that you can find in this channel. So ladies and gentlemen, please do click in subscribe, share this video to others, and I hope you stay tuned for the next episode of Picture of Success. I'm Yazid, your host for today, signing out from this podcast. Have a good day.
Good day. Bye.
Bye.